Welcome to my channel. We're going to do a Divine Feminine read, okay? I dropped the cookie while I was trying to open it up. So be mindful. That sort of tells me that you're about to get a blessing that you might, might slip out of your hands. I think you're going to recuperate it, but just be mindful, okay? So, Divine Feminine read. Life is too short to waste time hating anyone. So you're probably hating on someone. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Believe me. And so life is too short. Just let it be. Let them do what they're going to do. And just, it's not worth your time, energy, or anything like that. I'm dropping a lot of stuff, so be mindful. I don't know. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. That means that you're a family, friend, or a student whom I love. Well, I love all my students. They're amazing. These cards are new, so please forgive me. It's going to take a while for me to, sort of break them in. Here we go. And so if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to help me grow my channel. I feel I'm destined to, really help out and channel the messages that I'm so divinely downloaded. I am a seer. So show and tell. Very few of us, have mastered the art of alignment, of aligning our actions with our words. And while the latter are important, the former speaks volumes. Despite our flourishes in language, the truth is showing someone who you are and what you need will happen regardless of the intention. So make sure you're showing up the way you really want to. Action. With every gesture, behavior, ingrained habit, and choice, we showcase our self-worth. The way we treat ourselves is the way we teach others to treat us. Can you express your true desires through aligned action? When it comes to sex, lead by example, show and tell, okay? So most definitely showing in terms of intimacy, but also in terms of daily life and setting boundaries, right? So show and tell. I love these. When I first bought these, I just sort of bought them because I usually buy, tarot cards when I travel. And so this was the only thing that there was, and I wasn't too happy with it. But I have been super, super, super happy with these. They have been extraordinary. And they sort of look like a Matisse type deal. So I don't know if, of course they're not, but I don't know. I really need to, let's see who it is. Pleasure Oracle by Haiti Gant, I believe, is who the author is. Alrighty, so let's see what your Divine Feminine reading and message is. And so we have community. So you're building a community that supports you, okay? And that, honors you, okay? And respects you. Beautiful. Let's see what this is. Be open, be accepting. I had lots of activity this weekend because I had a really big engagement. And so I was just really surprised. We met a lot of people and they're just absolutely astonishing. And I was just very pleasantly surprised. And it was an incredible lesson for me about how acceptance and full being present and being positive to the experience and a full embrace of the experience and just really the acceptance of it all with loving kindness was just absolutely, you could feel it. You could feel it in the room. And it was just, everything else was so easy. So acceptance of self and acceptance of people that you're with is very, very important. And sometimes I've noticed that, through my lifespan, right, that I think that we didn't grow up that way. Specifically women, we always, see them as competition or as, I don't know, we have this energy, right, that we do among the feminines that that men don't do that. Like, men really support themselves. If they get in a fight, or they could go to blows and then talk to each other like 5 minutes later, or be drinking or going out. And so I think we need to embrace that, and if we have people that hurt us, then maybe, really, distance ourselves with them, but not hold on to the hatred, right? It says here. So, hating on anyone. Life is too short to waste time hating on anybody. I tell all my students, women can remember like who hated on them in high school, and the girl that hated on you, or like looked at you with the stink eye, when you were presenting, and maybe she just had a stink eye, right? You remember that, and that person probably doesn't even remember. So we hold on to those grudges and that hate that just really creates this really negative and very, challenging energy for us. It also creates lots of blockages, because then we're sort of on the defensive and we're not open. So in spite of being hurt and in spite of whatever's happened, remember that it's part of the journey, and it is through experiences, right? And everything that we have experienced that we become who we become. So it's about embracing those and being in gratitude for them. And maybe because we experience them, maybe we don't want somebody else to experience them. So I always, when I go out, and I discuss this, if someone looks beautiful, you tell them, or if someone looks sad, I don't know, just a nice hug. I remember one day, this is very interesting. I went to Formula One, and it was an incredible experience. It was Mexico City, and it was an incredible experience. And as I turned, and so there was this couple next to me that was really, really young, and the girl was absolutely stunning and beautiful, and she was beautifully dressed. She had a crop top. She was just beautiful in her glory, with all her glory of femininity and just youth, right? So there were several days, and so they always sat, because we all had our same seats. And so one of the days I noticed, because I'm that way, right? I just sort of felt something, and I noticed, and she was just really crying. Like, she was bawling. She had, she was trying to cover it up because it was such a public place, and I guess something happened, right? Who knows? It didn't matter. And so so we used to get up and whatever, and blah, 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 and yell and whatever. And I just felt like she needed a really strong hug. Okay. So I just really eased up, and I know that's kind of weird or whatever, but we had already, sort of been in the same environment for about 3 days. So, and I just sort of put my hand up, around her, and just sort of patted her, that everything was going to be okay. And I just felt I needed to do that. And I hope that helped. I didn't make a big scene, I just sort of, we were sort of close because people were passing, so you couldn't tell. And I just sort of embraced her, because I knew she was crying, and I've been there. I've been in situations where something has happened, or someone was mean to me, or there was issues, right, or whatever in that date, or that environment, or whatever, whether it's an intimate date or not. And I've just felt really, really bad. So sometimes just a little hug, or just a glance, or water, or something to say that you're okay, that you're going to be okay. And, just some sort of compassion and empathy goes a long way. So I don't know, somebody needed to hear that. So there you go. The poet: make your life a work of art, and your art a work of life. See the poetry in the mundane, and you will be rewarded beyond measure. Okay, so you are the poet. And so 7, 8, 9. So you're at the end of a new cycle, at the end of a cycle, going into a new one. And I'll read it again. Make your life a work of art, and your art a work of life. See the poetry in the mundane, and you will be rewarded beyond measure. So this is really being present, and really, making, your life a work of art. We have this life, and we have other lifetimes, but enjoy it. There isn't any time, I was kind of meany to someone or unempathetic, and I thought about it, and I said, why am I like that? Why am I like that with this person? Or why did I react that way? And maybe it's hurt. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, but in the end, it's not worth it. So it's about just releasing all hatred, all lack of compassion, and going into a more mindful life, right? Where you create a work of art, where you empower people, where, you give them hope with your words or your gestures, or where you show empathy when you're supposed to, or when someone needs it. So let's see. Blue: she who loved once Fragile, secret love, rejection. I think a lot of you are going through this rejection, right? Been there, done that. You know, I'm old enough. I had this incredible boyfriend, or so I thought. You know, he wasn't all that incredible in the end, but it's been, you know, a work in progress to be able to see that. So, you know, if you're being rejected, or if you, you know, had a secret love that maybe rejected you and you thought that that was your person, you know, maybe it was, I don't know, there was a reason why you lived that. And usually you live that to set boundaries and to put yourself first. You realize when you're in this energy that maybe you put them much higher and in a much better place than you did yourself, and you sacrificed yourself, you know, needlessly, right? Because maybe it didn't work out. So, you know, so be kind to yourself and know that, you know, it's hard to know. It's part of the journey, right? If we would have listened to the red flags, if we would have, you know, maybe not expected so much, right? Maybe something that they couldn't give, and put ourselves first in terms of self-love, that maybe, you know, that'll help ease it. You know, time does help. I wouldn't say it heals. I would say it helps be able to move forward. And so know that you deserve better, and know that you will have someone eventually. But it's in the art of being that will allow for healing, and being, you know, your own poet, right? And showing people and telling how it is that they need to treat you, and how it is that, you know, who it is that you are, that will heal you, and eventually send someone that is at your vibrational match, that, you know, that most definitely deserves you. Okay, so be kind to yourself. You know, this is and cry if you want, who cares? All right, if you can have someone, I don't know, you know, if it's a secret love, sometimes it's hard to tell someone, but if you have somebody of confidence that you can tell, it always helps. And, you know, they hear us endlessly, right? Because we go through different stages. And so, you know, go and talk. And if you can't, then, you know, soothe yourself, okay? And so you have the hero, heroine. I think I'm English teacher. Light attribute, passion for a journey, a personal empowerment, and then shadow attribute, escapism, and false sense of heroism. So you're on your journey, right? And it goes along with this, with being, you know, being your own poet and making your life a work of art. And you're on there, you know, it's part of the journey, okay? So be mindful that you're in your light attribute, or you have a passion. That's exactly what this was calling about, you know, the poet, about having a passion for your journey, and not, you know, not wanting to escape your journey, right? Not wanting to escape your path, because you're only going to prolong where you're supposed to get, and you're there, you know. It's not about the destination, right? The destination is the end of this life, and it's on to the next one, right? So it's about the journey, and it's about the process and the path that you're taking in order to level up and to be the best that you can be, and to live in harmony within self, and in mind, body, and spirit. Be happy and peaceful and harmonious, okay? And then you have here, bright destiny. It became, what did it say here? Just when the caterpillar thought that the world was over, it became a butterfly. Bright destiny, huge, huge transformation. Crown chakra off the charts, right? Third eye as well. So you're coming into a huge balance, and a huge, balance. It's interesting that I was saying, you know, I was talking about the end of life, and here we are, the caterpillar at the end of life. So I think that's when the 27, when I told you you're coming into an ending of a cycle, your cycle of being in grief and being heartbroken for this person has ended, and you are going to be your own hero, your own heroine, your own poet, right? Your own creator of your own life, your own work of art, okay? And for everybody to see. And you're coming also, you're going to show everybody, you're going to tell them, not only sexually and intimately, but in every aspect of your whole life, with all your community, siblings, everybody that surrounds you. And then you have gentleness. What did I tell you? Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Yeah. Be mindful with self-sabotaging words, negative self-talk. I talk about this all the time with my students. Be mindful of your negative self-talk. it's so detrimental to you. Let me see. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like these, please like, share, and subscribe. Really wanting to hit 1,000. It's taken me forever. Skull of Light Illumination. I'm gonna get another one because I think that I got one. I got that same one last time. And then Barmbreck. Sweetness and Synergy. Yeah, you're gonna be feeling really, really well by Halloween or El Día de los Muertos. Also, all of November. Okay. Thanksgiving. You're gonna start feeling better. Exercise, walk. Do stuff good for you. As I told you, meditate. Read a book. Go with people that raise your vibration and help you and love you. Okay? And so you have here beauty. Know that you are very beautiful, all right? And accept yourself as you are. We are all unique and individual. I sort of, you are who you are, okay? That's why I don't like people altering their bodies if it's just for vanity and it's not for medical, for medical purposes. It's just your body is your body, and so you need to honor it. Let me see, we'll do 2 more and then we'll be done. Lots of changes, 15:55 on the clock, so huge transformation with the snake. I think you've waited long enough. Wheel of Fortune is coming, okay? Your destiny's waiting. Be mindful of snakes around you. And then you have elders in your past love, your past elders that have passed, okay, and possibly in past lives that are very much watching over you. Hold on. Family. Whoops. If you don't have a family, you're going to get a family. If you might be pregnant, but also I think you're going to come into union by like Christmas with somebody that you're going to create a family with. Maybe this is also a lot of family time. I know that for me, it has been these days. Lots of convivial, I don't know if that's correct in English, with lots of family and lots of acceptance. This is a interracial couple, so lots of acceptance of self and of the family. Like I had mentioned that I was, with people this weekend, that it was just very, very accepting. So you're going to be very much accepted. Okay, beautiful. Let me take 1 more, or maybe 2. Excuse me. And then we'll close it off. Third eye is really opening up. Some of you might be studying like palmistry, okay? Intuition is very much highlighted here. Halloween's going to be very, very important to you all. This is also palmistry, so somebody's like maybe studying tarot and palmistry, which is very difficult, and I need to get it. And then respect, yeah, pentacles. So this is about money coming in. This is about also protection that you've had, okay, through the realms of your elders that you've probably been, seeking and asking for. This is also, you're probably a witch, light worker, a seer, shaman, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairvoyance, clairaudience, okay? So you're very gifted, okay? So that's absolutely beautiful. And we'll finish off with the Sacred Creators Oracle. You're going to get a wish fulfillment, okay? Work on your sacral chakra, which is about your intimacy. And then fill your cup with sacred giggles. Yeah, laugh. With that, I leave you. Hope this helped. Namaste. Love and light.